Alright guys, how's everybody doing? Welcome back to the channel. And well, today's video we are actually finally working some more on the 1978 Chevrolet C10. Let's get started. Alright, so I've been ordering a lot of parts, and well, we have speaker wiring to have a radio because the truck didn't come with one factory, but I do have a connector in there, and I don't know if that's for power or what. However, we're gonna find out. I got a radio from Facebook Marketplace, came with a sweet remote, so that's awesome. Pioneer, usually good radios. Got an antenna because the truck doesn't have that either. It does have a CV though. Pioneer, just a basic radio, just something to have some sound. Got a whole bezel, came with these sweet gauges. These are JDM gauges. There is battery voltage, oil pressure, engine temperature, and the RPM. And this one right here is one of my favorites because of the size, and it fits in the bezel, and it kind of looks factory until you get in it and actually, you know, light it up. It came with this cluster, but I'm not going to use this cluster if I go with the gauges. Now, I want to, however, I can't. I already know, but y'all don't know, and I'll get to that in just a second. Here is a cluster, and here's a factory cluster. That one has a spot for something. This one's supposed to be like a brake light or something, I believe. Some of them had a factory tack here, and then they'd put the fuel gauge here. Some of them had a clock here. Mine has idiot lights, and I want gauges, so I went to the junkyard, found two clusters, bought both of them, like 20 or 30 a piece. And this one's no good. It's really just for parts. This one's only the good one I got. Hope that it works. I don't know. But I am going to change the faceplates because these are all faded and just nasty yellow looking from the sun. This one seems to be have the better needles in it. As far as the orange color, I may try to spray paint them behind camera, just to make the needles look a little bit better so they're not so faded. I'm going to change the speedometer over so I have my correct mileage, because the truck only has originally 99,000 miles. Don't argue with me, I already know. Trust me, I have the documents to prove it. It's a one-owner truck. And then whatever's left, I guess I'm just going to get rid of because I don't really need. Same as this too. I don't really need this or this, and I already have a bezel, so I really don't need the bezel either. But it does have the radio cutout. So to change it over from idiot lights to gauges, you're gonna need, first of all, oil pressure sending unit and the temperature switch or sensor, whatever you want to call it. Here is the part number for that guy. TU5 Duralast brand. I think it was like 20 bucks. And then this one's from O'Reilly's. Oil pressure. There's the part number. Master Pro, not a sponsor. Pop that guy open. This is the one that came out of it for an idiot light. So that's for an idiot light, and I'll show you what I had to do to make that work. You'll need the wiring for a tack and the connector for a gauge instead of a sensor for the temperature. Also got this sweet emblem that goes in the grill. And yet to put that on just yet. So, alright. So the temperature gauge on these 350 is right here. And simply, I didn't even have to change the connector like I thought. The idiot light type plugs in straight. The gauges slide on for a temperature gauge, and it's pretty much just plugged in factory in that location. And then we have the oil pressure sending unit back here, and there's an adapter about this long from a regular 350 small block. Screwed that in, and then it has an adapter that sticks out as a 90-degree for the actual sending unit to be put on. You can kind of see what I'm talking about. And it plugs up factory as well. I don't have to worry about that either, which is awesome. It saves a lot of time and a lot of hassle of trying to make all that work. Same thing I pretty much did on the S10. It had idiot lights and idiot gauges, sending unit and switches and stuff, and I switched it all over to have gauges and put a cluster in it with gauges, and it pretty much was plug and play. Had to replace the power distribution box, which is this guy right here. This wire here corroded and just fell off. So, and I tried to get it out, but the studs themselves that stick out right here, couldn't get the nuts off. The whole stud came out, so I had to go to the junkyard to get another one. Splice in a new wire, fix the other one, put it all together, and now, with actual proper voltage and there's no corrosion on the terminals, when you turn the key on, the buzzer actually works. That's freaking sweet. And then it goes out. You can see, I have idiot lights, which I cannot stand. You can't trust them, especially nowadays. I want to make sure and know what everything is doing while I'm going down the road. I don't want to blow it up. Oil pressure, temperature, and brake, and the battery voltage. So, what I'm going to do is, instead of having a brake light, I don't care about that. It doesn't really bother me to have it, and if I'm not mistaken, they switch it from here to up here with gauges. So I'm going to put the tack in this location. I'm not going to use the aftermarket JDM gauges, and the reason for the guy that I bought them from off a marketplace, well, he told me they worked. Okay, oil pressure gauge, when you hook it up to the sending unit, it reads about 50 psi, and when you rev up the motor, it don't move. The gauge will actually turn on and move all the way up to 50, but when you try to rev it up, it doesn't move at all. It's like it doesn't want to read, or there's something wrong. And the temperature gauge here, the lighting in the back, there's a shortage or something, and it flickers. So I can't have that. But the only other two that's still good is the tack and the battery voltage. So I'll just save the rest that I don't use for another time or another day or for some other project, or maybe even try to fix it later on. But however, I'm going to use the tack no matter what, and it's going to go in that location, or in this location right here. Alright, so a lot has happened since the last time that I was showing you what I was going to actually do, and I did a lot of off camera because I didn't have the editing skills to actually do a time lapse. So basically, the wiring is done for the aftermarket gauges. The cluster that I was going to put in here with the gauges themselves, they wouldn't work. The wiring for this truck isn't set up for it. The pigtail connector, the main wiring harness, which is the plug right here, the main plug. And I didn't use this one. This is the junk one. I'm just trying to show you what I'm talking about. When I hooked it up, the oil pressure gauge and the temperature maxed out. Don't know why, but that's what it would do. Fuel gauge wouldn't register, and the battery voltage wouldn't even do anything with the truck running, so I don't know what the problem is with that. And some of the lighting in the background or something was flickering or doing some kind of weird crap. So, cancel those plans. Put the aftermarket gauges in here, hooked up all the wiring, and put it in this cluster that's cut in halfway, so that way the aftermarket gauges would fit in this area and kind of look stock. Well, that didn't work either, and here's why. Alright, so you turn on the lights, and of course now that I'm showing you on camera, all the shit's gonna work as usual. This one over here would flicker and it wouldn't stay on. The turn signals at the bottom that are LED, they work now, but they hadn't been. If you mess with it, see how it flickers? Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like this either. If you mess with this, it flickers. That's not a good thing. I don't want this touching something and grounding itself out, you know, and sparking or causing a fire. The guy that cut this part right here is barely on. You know, that's not a good thing. I don't like that either. It's not making a great connection like it's supposed to. And I don't know if even the fuel gauge would even read in this cluster. So, another big change of plans. Here's what we're going to do. So, if I put the key in it, check that out. The temperature gauge works. The oil pressure gauge is working. And the tach. And the battery voltage. However, the problem is the battery voltage is telling me that the alternator is charging too much. I don't know if that's correct or not. I got to double check that. That's not a big deal. What's bothering me is the oil pressure gauge is not registering right. When the engine's running, it's showing me 50 psi, and it's not even moving up or down, nothing when you rev it at all. Even when the temperature, when the engine warms up a little bit, it's still telling me 50 psi, and it's still, like I said, not moving when you rev it up. Another issue is the temperature gauge is flickering. I don't really know why. It's something to do with the wiring to it, but it works. So what I'm going to do is take all this crap back out, take this back out, put the original cluster back in this truck with the idiot lights. And I'm going to put the LEDs and everything else in that. And I've got a set of these chrome mount pieces from a mechanical temperature gauge. You get the idea. And I'm going to mount one right here, probably the tach, because the dash is busted anyway. You might as well. I'm not really worried about the dash. And there is a spot right here that's covered up that's supposed to have a vent because I don't have AC, so this is open. I'm going to put that in the bezel that I have right here. I'm going to cut this out perfectly round. Hopefully that I can get that in there centered. Put the temperature gauge here. Put the tach up here. And then as for the battery voltage and the oil pressure, I'm not going to worry about it right now at the moment. I have a mechanical oil pressure gauge that I can put in this, probably beside of this one that's up here. I don't know how I'm going to route all that yet. I know they make a A-pillar gauge pod. I'd like to find that. Those are expensive. I got one for an S10, but I don't think it's going to fit in here because the screw holes don't match up, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and readdress all this stuff, get this taken out, get it set up how I want, and we'll be back after that. Okay, so the factory gauges are put back in. LEDs are put in. It's already bolted in, screwed in. The speedometer cable is hooked up. And I really love how these are set up. The speedometer cable actually locks into the cluster itself and not the speedometer itself. So if you want to take the speedo out, you just unbolt it and it pops out. Instead of like S10s, you got to pretty much either go underneath the dash or go through the speaker hole that sits right here and reach your hand in behind to unclip the speedometer cable from the speedo. It is a pain in the butt. But anyway, the gauges come on, they work. I got my tach set up here. It's not bolted down, but it is in. The wiring's in. I got the wiring coming from underneath. I still got to tuck it up and make it look neat and pretty. The wiring for the temperature sensor is going through this hole. Cut it out. It's put in. It's already mounted. All I'm going to do is put this bezel back on. I just want to go ahead and show you real quick before I put everything back together. Not doing anything with the radio, at least not in this video. I don't know if I will make a video of it, but anyway, the grounds are right here for the two switches are right here. It's not being used. I just took that bolt out, put it there, and it's going to be behind everything, so nobody's ever going to ever see that again. So I'm going to put this back on, put it all back on, screw the screws back in it, and then we'll see how everything works. Alright, so that one's up there. That is the tack. Down here is the temperature, coolant temperature. And I can monitor it from looking from the steering wheel, which is not a, it's not a bad thing, which is good. I do want to have oil pressure in this, so eventually I want to put another one of these. I'm going to have to get a mechanical one and put it somewhere else. I thought about here, but I want to put a radio in this truck, so really can't put it there. I may put it in here. I just don't know. I don't really want to put holes in the bezel. Of course, I've already done it down there, but up here is more noticeable, and I can put my phone and whatever else, up here whenever I need to, or wallet or anything else. But anyway, I'm gonna turn out the lights real quick, and we'll light this thing up and see what it does. Yep, all the lights work. Neutral. You can't really see it that well. It's better in person, but they're LEDs now, and they both work. All of them, I mean. Turn signals light up good. All those work. And if you notice, there's a louder horn in it. That's because I put the other horn that was missing. It has dual horns on this thing, and one of them was actually missing. So. Focus. You can tell I've already had it running earlier. Just to set right. It does flicker, but it does register, so I'm just gonna leave it like that, and I'm happy with it for now. I think it looks actually really sweet being down there because it kind of looks factory until you pay attention to it. Now I got to clean up all this mess that I got everywhere. Wiring and everything else. I still got to tuck this up, like I said, make it look pretty. But I really want to take it for a test drive, but there's more other things that need to be done to the truck, so I can't do it exactly tonight. Well, I think that's going to conclude this video. I know it wasn't much. I know it was all over the place. I know there's a lot of things missing, how-tos and whatever, but I just want to get in there and get it done. I spent 2 days doing this, if you didn't know, trying to do this. It is dark again. It was daylight, and then it got dark, and then daylight, and then it got dark, so. Anyway, it's good enough for now, until I swap cabs. I just want to monitor everything so I know what everything is doing when I'm driving it. So pretty much comes out of where the speedometer grommet goes, one to the temperature and one to the tack. I got to do an oil pressure gauge later on, like I said. So hope you like this video. Like, share, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos and more content like this. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more. Have a great day or night.